What do you think it is about the original Tron film that is so enduring?
I think the original Tron film is so enduring because it kind of encapsulated our human fascination with all things related to the emerging computer tech world. And as science fiction has been something that we have used as parable for so many decades, it has been a way for us to work out our greatest fears and curiosities and imaginations. And so I guess as tech and CGI and artificial intelligence and the impact that that can have on film has expanded, you know, seeing the ultimate manifestation of that in a film, like in Tron, is a very exciting prospect. And so having someone like Justin and Jared and Joachim at the helm of that, knowing that they have the utmost interest and the budget to create the best version of that, I can understand how that could be like the ultimate excitement for a fan.
Gillian, what interested you most about portraying Elizabeth Dillinger, and what does she represent?
I guess Elizabeth Dillinger represents the voice of reason to a degree, and you know, she has a semblance of a moral compass, and represents the embodiment of fear for the future of her company, fear for the future of humanity, fear for the future of her son's mental health. You know, but there's that she also understands the world. You know, she comes from this world, and she really understands not just the dangers that he's getting caught up in, but also there is slightly a part of her that is a little bit curious, and a little bit excited and impressed. But at the same time, when she realizes that almost like the rest of humanity, we're excited and we really want AI to be in front of us, but the minute it is, we're like, oh no, it's too late, what are we doing? And I feel like that's kind of where she's at, is, you know, she didn't put the brakes on early enough. Like we haven't put the brakes on early enough to actually make a difference.
Okay. Evan, can you describe your experience working with Joachim, and what were your early conversations about Julian Dillinger like, and how did you make the character your own?
Well, working with Joachim was fantastic. I mean, he's such a playful director and a lovable guy, and he's incredibly smart and knows how to make these films really well. And I think he has an intricacy and attention to detail that is really impressive for films this size. So I think it's and we got to play around a lot with the different levels. And I remember early on it was sort of a conversation of the relationship with. At one point it was going to be my father, and then and then we kind of it kind of came around.
Somebody came to their senses.
Yeah, and it's so much better if he's a kind of mama's boy, and he's kind of seeking your love and approval. And we had this father figure who was sort of in the distance that you know, was looming over us, and the grandfather figure that was looming over us, and all this pressure and intensity and drive to succeed that makes you not think clearly. You just want it so badly now that you're getting ahead of your skis. So
How did the giant practical sets help you guys shape your performances?
Well, the giant practical sets on the one hand, were so giant that they felt intimidating, and it's quite something to step into a film of this size and this budget because, which I think that Evan did such a phenomenal job. Is his performance rose to the size of the. No, but in a really good way. I can't imagine like a smaller performance or a less energetic performance filling that space to be able to carry you on the ride that and there's an intensity to him that I think is really important that you get the sense of very early in the film, to understand the precariousness of the situation. And so on the one hand, yes, we had practical sets in that, but on the other hand, it was like an airplane hangar with blue interior walls for the, so it was both helpful and unhelpful all at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. There were certain things that were practical, like the giant tank that shows up and Ares is lowered down. I was like, wow, how much did that cost? But there's other things, it's kind of fill in the blanks. And I think they had one laser thing in the transfer bay, but they didn't have the other one. So it's kind of like, you had to you got the gist, which was really great. And the amount of money and again, the attention to detail on the sets was incredible. My desk was awesome. It was beautiful.
You mean my desk?
Your old desk. My desk now. It had screens in it, it had a keyboard, they're lighting it up. It was really awesome to be able to react off of that.
Yeah.
What's that?
I designed
You
that.
designed it, yeah.
What about this film will resonate most with audiences, and why does it need to be seen on the biggest screen possible?
Well, it's such a, the conversation that it elicits is one that we're already having on a daily basis in real life. And so, it's a perfect time, whereas the first Tron film was all about imagining a future. This Tron film is about, imagining something that is actually here in our present and that we're having to grapple with on a daily basis. And so it feels incredibly prescient, but also it's clearly done in a very competent and thrilling way by the team that put the film together. And it's it's a wild ride, and it has the most incredible soundtrack by the Nine Inch Nails and the CGI, and also the performances are so fantastic, and there's lots of chase scenes, and there's it's pretty much something for everybody. And so if you can see it in an IMAX theater, I would say do yourself a favor and do that. And if not, see it on the biggest screen you possibly can, because it's really awesome.
Or VR.
Yeah.
Put the TV on your nose and just be inside the movie.
That's such a good idea. Forever.
Forever. Just put it on repeat.